Hi everybody, this is an update on cryptocurrencies, and let's have a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, one of the bigger ones, right? So well, we're basically here in crypto winter, right? So we had a big pullback. So it went here from above 60,000. So now we're just above 20,000. Well, actually we had plotted that out as a potential target, right? We have this target and we have this target even lower than that. So the first target comes from basically from the prior high, end of 2017, and that's what we have achieved here, right? So we have just dropped on that important support line. Well, we could even drop lower, right, which is the 10,000 level, which is a very big number, important psychological number, and it is prior, yeah, it's a prior breakout level, right? So what we see here is, well, from here this started, right? This exponential upleg started here, right? And this is a consolidation. Well, this is an S1 pattern. So I would actually be surprised if we get down to the 10,000 level. If we get down to the 10,000 level, I would think that this pattern, this S1 pattern, is disqualified because it just goes too low, right? It shouldn't go that low because this is the momentum move, and should we re-break, well, there's no reward to risk of 2 to 1. Like, should we not hold here? Well, I'm getting a little bit, I'm getting a little bit negative about cryptocurrencies. I mean, we have dropped down here, which is what happens a lot, right? We have seen that before here. We've seen it here. It's a very volatile asset class, so that's kind of a normal consolidation. Though, for my liking, it comes too early, right? This was the last exponential up leg. Now the second one started here, well, there's more room to go, right? It's just the first leg. Well, if you think this is the move, and now we should actually get a measured move, well, we should be up here. So this consolidation should actually be higher, right? Forming higher. So it shows a little bit the weakness of the bulls, right? The bulls have not been able to carry prices at a higher level. Well, this pattern forms at that level, which is only slightly above the high end of 2017, right? So I'm a little bit, a little bit careful now what's going to happen. Well, we could consider as well that the momentum move didn't start here, but that it started down here. Well, then it's still shorter than this move, right? It might only be like two-thirds of this move. Well, this again is a bit short, right, for being a very bullish chart. So we have to see what happens from here now. So far, I quite like this strong sell-off, right? Well, this is shaking off the weak hands. Then we've got some small bars, indecisive bars. So we have to see what happens now from here on, right? If we get another sell-off, if we sell down to the 10,000, well, then this is not a pattern anymore. Well, then this becomes, yeah, an overhead range, right? And if the bulls get back to that level, well, this will be resistance, right? And price most probably will bounce off. So we might get into a longer stretch if actually price comes down to the 10,000. Well, let's have a quick look here at the quarterly chart. Well, this is the monthly. Let's just move to the. Let's see if I can do that. Well, I cannot change that to the quarterly. Well, on the quarterly, we'll see that it's still in a strong uptrend, right? So the quarterly chart is still very bullish. So now these couple of small bars consolidation, right, on a daily. Well, this is a consolidation, right? So we've got a triple top, and currently price is showing some bullishness, right? Well, we've got rising highs here, higher low, higher low. And let's have a look now what happens, right? I mean, are the bulls able to break out of this range? Well, if they do, well, what happens, right? Is there some more bullishness coming in the market? Well, the first level we want to look at, well, currently the bulls are sitting here, right? That's the 200, the 200 EMA, exponential moving average. 200. Well, sitting here, resistance. Well, if they break higher, well, the next level of resistance is this 200. right? It's the SMA 200. If this breaks higher, well, then it's a 30,000, right? So I could well imagine now that we get to the 30,000 level, right? Well, slightly above is this line, right? That needs to be rebroken. So it's going to be interesting times now. Well, let's just draw that. Okay, so this is the target area, right? Bulls can get here, and then we will see if they have more power, right? Bulls could get here and get rejected and then break to a new low. Like this is interesting. When the bulls get here, what is going to happen? Do they show strength? I mean, are the bears getting confident and over the bulls again, or are the bulls going to win? So this is a deciding window, basically, right? So let's see what happens. Now let's have a look at Ethereum. Well, Ethereum looks very similar, right? Again, here we've got an S1. We've got a terrible sell-off from 4,000 to below 1,000. So it had a 75% a pullback, which is normal for cryptos and altcoins. So let's see now what's going to happen. I mean, I've talked a lot about that I prefer Ethereum over Bitcoin, right? So let's go back to the relative chart where Ethereum is plotted against Bitcoin. So we see relative strength, right? We had an S2 pattern back here on the monthly. Well, this was still a good move here, right? Well, this was the point where I changed Bitcoin into Ethereum. Ethereum has outperformed despite this strong sell-off. So we're quite up here, right? Now this is another pattern. That's Ethereum versus Bitcoin. That's an S1 pattern, and we're about to trigger an entry. So I'm actually still bullish here. If we compare Ethereum with Bitcoin, well, we need to re-break the line, and if we re-break, well, then it looks good that Ethereum might probably perform better than Bitcoin. What I really like here, well, this is a long stretched sideways consolidation that looks very bullish overall, and we've got two stop run levels here. So if we actually here break to a new high, like here, this high on the weekly, if you can break this high, well, then these two stop run levels are locked in. They act as a magnet then, and then we might see Ethereum perform better than Bitcoin. Well, these are relative charts, right? It could mean that both go down. Just Ethereum goes not that much down than Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin falls apart and Ethereum goes lower down, well, this would still go up, right? So we always have to be a bit careful with these relative charts. It doesn't mean that the nominal price of both individual symbols will go up, right? We don't know about that. It's only a relative strength. So this is it for now. You haven't heard a lot from me regarding cryptos in the last couple of weeks and months. Well, this is because I'm long only, right? And there's just not a lot of opportunities here. We have to see whether the bulls can get their act together and find strength. Thank you.